Have you ever wondered how two people can go through the exact same situation and yet come out with completely different perspectives about it? For example, one person could be caught in traffic and they could be cursing and screaming and trying to cut people off, and another person realizes that there's traffic and maybe they're listening to an audiobook, maybe they're calling their friends, right? It's the same situation, but yet the reaction, the response is completely different. And maybe you've seen how one person gets hit with a devastating diagnosis, maybe like cancer or fertility, and they are completely consumed with fear. And another person just takes it head on, looks it straight in the eye and says, no, you're not taking me down. I'm gonna get this, and has complete belief and trust in their body. So let's talk about fertility. Oftentimes when a woman gets that negative pregnancy test, it can crush her and she starts to spiral into that shame, that sadness, that hopelessness. And another woman can look at that pregnancy test, feel heartbroken, and really allow herself to feel that grief, but not get stuck in it, and comes back saying she knows this is hard. There's no getting around it, but I know I'm meant to be a mom. So what's the difference? It's not just a situation. It's not simply luck. Is it shaped by personality? Probably. By our past experiences, by our beliefs, and even by our nervous system. But it's also shaped by how we respond, what we've learned, what we practice, and how we care for ourselves in those hard moments. And that is resilience. And the more we build it, the stronger our character will become to be able to handle these challenging situations with more ease. Because let's be honest, life be lifing. And the beautiful thing is that kind of strength, that kind of resilience, it can be cultivated. You can learn it, just like you can learn anything else. It is a muscle. Our brain is a muscle. How we think are certain patterns that we can actually break that pattern and insert what we want to think, what we want to believe. And before we go deeper here, what's one moment that you've experienced where you've actually surprised yourself with how strong you were? Share with me in the comments below. Say, I remember. You don't have to share the time, but if you want to share, I would love to see. I would love to learn. And I would love for others to learn from you too, so we can lift each other up as we go through this fertility journey together. So come on, let's go. And welcome to the Fertility Godmother Show, where we talk about all things fertility. Hi, I'm Denise Perez, your fertility coach, neuroencoding specialist, functional nutritionist, licensed acupuncturist, and lovingly known as the Fertility Godmother. And for over 20 years, I've helped couples overcome their fertility struggles so that they can get pregnant, stay pregnant, and have a healthy baby without putting their life on hold and without losing themselves. And I do this by using holistic medicine and neuroscience. And today I want to talk with you about rising up in some of the most toughest moments we can go through. I've seen this over and over again, especially when it comes to women that have been diagnosed with fertility challenges, whether it's unexplained infertility, PCOS, diminished ovarian reserve, ovarian insufficiency, however you want to call it. Some women get that diagnosis and they feel shattered. They think they're broken. They feel like they're failing. They feel like they're not a woman, and they make it mean like they're not meant to be a mother, or that's their biggest fear, that they're not meant to be a mother. And others go through this and they find this powerful voice inside themselves, the voice that is encouraging, the voice that they know they are meant to be a mom. It's not that they have fewer struggles. It's just that they've trained their body, they've trained their brain, their mind body to respond differently. And that's what we're talking about here today, how to go from reacting to rising. So let me walk you through the RISE framework. This is something that you can reflect on in your own life, especially when you're in the thick of it. So let's start with R, recognize your response. When something hard and challenging and difficult, painful happens, what do? How do you respond? Do you shut down? Do you get angry? Do you get busy trying to fix things? Do you go numb? Just notice there's no judgment here, and there's absolutely no shame in your pattern. Awareness is the first step to freedom. You can't shift what you're not willing to see. So take a moment and reflect back on a time where you felt like you responded really well to a situation that was very difficult. And I want to ask you, what are some of those attributes? What are some of those things that you applied during that time? Just think about that for a moment. And the next time that you're in a more difficult, challenging, frustrating, disappointing situation, ask yourself, how do I want to respond? How do you want to show up? What do you need to be able to respond in a way that's going to serve you instead of hurt you? And not just yourself, but maybe others are involved too. And I know you have a big heart. I know you don't want to hurt anybody. But it starts here. It starts with the inside of taking care of you and your thoughts. And then we have I for interpreting the story. Our brain is a meaning-making machine. Things happen, we apply meaning to it. The thing is, we get to choose what that looks like. What meaning do we want to apply to it? We actually get to create that. So what story are you telling yourself about what's happening in a certain situation? When you're facing these fertility channels, are you saying to yourself, I'm broken, I'm not worthy, something's wrong with me? Or can you take a look and say, what is the message here? What do I need to learn? I completely trust in my body and know that it makes miracles every day. I trust and know that I'm meant to be a mom. What can I learn from this situation? What's something in my life that I need to improve on? What's the message here? Because usually when there's a situation of such pain, there's a message there. Maybe it's you need to eat healthier. Maybe it's you need to calm your nervous system. Maybe you need to do some mindset work. Maybe you need to repair your relationship. What is the message here for you in this fertility journey? And not just the fertility journey. This happens with all things, all the challenges. Sometimes it's just slowing down a little bit. Sometimes it's speeding up a little bit. What is it for you? You get to interpret it, and the story you choose becomes your emotional reality. And the S is for strengthen your inner resources. This is where the work happens behind the scenes. Resilience isn't just about thinking positive. It's built through what you do every single day, every moment. Are you doing things like regulating your nervous system? Are you nourishing your body? Are you practicing using tools like breath work to calm your nervous system or to increase your energy? Are you journaling? Because journaling is so powerful. Doing gratitude exercises, or working with someone who can support you, who can see what you can't see and help you pull out the best in you. Inner strength isn't magic. We build it, and it does take work. It does take effort, but we can do it. And E is to empower a new way of being. Once you've recognized the pattern, you've shifted your story and built your strength, you get to begin to choose who you want to be. You'll stop reacting from these old wounds and start responding from your truth. You're gonna move from I'm stuck to I'm making progress, or I'm afraid to I trust in myself. It doesn't mean you're not gonna feel fear. We all know that there are no fearless people, but there are people that fear less. So don't let that grief, that frustration, that fear, don't let those moments own you anymore. It's time to rise. So next time life throws something at you, whether it's fertility, traffic, or something unexpected, just take a pause for a moment. And remember to give yourself some grace. It's not about being perfect. It's about asking yourself, how do I want to show up right now? Because your response is your power. And the beautiful thing is, when you train your inner world, your outer world shifts too. If this spoke to you, I created a free reflection tool called the Inner Shift Map to help you identify how you respond in tough moments, how you're showing up, and where you might want to make that shift. You can download it below here. There's a link in the description below, or there's a link in the comments below. And if you'd like more personalized support, I do have a link to have a free 20-minute connection call with me where we can talk about what's coming up in your fertility journey and how I might be able to support you through it. You're stronger than you think. You don't have to do this alone. Let's rise together. Sending you oceans of love and happy baby thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.